Greetings over the diaspora to those that do not speak the languages that we speak. Welcome back, everybody. Stoners United, Break and Bake Gang, the queer and conscious, the black, the knowledge seekers, the knowledge collectors, the chakra hands, the tarot card gang, Togoza Gogo gang, Makosi gang, Dingaka Chupe, the spiritualists, that I'm not religious, I'm just a spiritualist. As long as we are all here in love and light, welcome back everybody to this platform. Thank you so much for the love that's been shown. If you're new here, please let's start by subscribing. If this is content that resonates with you, we speak spirituality and the African calendar up in the space and other things, the nitty-gritties. We have a playlist to go check out the other things that we do here. But thank you so much for tuning in and clicking on this video. And yes, before we get into everything else, we just want to give reverence to the season that is transitioning, that we're transitioning from today. Tuwa Musireleti, Tuwa Neptet, Tuwa Mvigelikazi, Kgosana, Galeboha. Thank you so much. So that's what I did. I started my day with giving gratitude to the energy of the goddess that we just come from. And yes, I welcomed Heru in today, just before the sun rises or rose. Yes, my English is escaping me. Exciting times. I'm getting decolonized. That's what's up. But welcome back, everybody. Today we are doing an episode, the intro episode on the Heru season. So Dua Heru, Dua Heru, Dua Horus. So those who are familiar with Greek mythology, they know that we refer to Heru as Horus, and we're not gonna make it a long one because yes, yesterday we had challenges, whole lot of challenges where the video that was supposed to be up yesterday only got up Kadi AM. So just catch up on that one to seal off the season ya rona ya Neptet, and we're ushering the season ya Heru, our little Simba in the creation story. Yes, so also a little bit of announcements before we get into everything else. So we're gonna do our creation story. I know I've been saying this for over a year now, but we're gonna do it. And then I decided, because I did an episode with Queen Ziggy, and then I realized that an hour is not enough for us going expanding. So we're gonna do our creation story in 4 parts. But yes, I just want to focus on the season that we're entering in, and yes, bankomante as well for not addressing the phenomenon that was happening on the 20th of Jan, where Pluto and the Sun were now in conjunction and moving into the house of Aquarius. So I'm going to try do those a little bit, but yeah, my main focus here is our content here for the well-being of Black people. But yeah, with such things, I will, if I am in that space, I was just on a little hiatus as well, personal hiatus. So yeah, that is why I also missed or giving information on that. But there's other amazing people who do justice to that. But because it is in relation to what we're going to be speaking about today, I'm going to touch a little bit on what happened on the 20th of January, right? So the energy that is going to be carrying us forward. So our constellation right now is in Leo. I know we're supposed to be in, oh my God, it's Aquarius season, the sun is moving in Aquarius. But like we're saying, for those who are new here, please, let's just acknowledge that the calendar, Yarona, it works up in an opposite manner. So what would be Aquarius is actually Leo season right now, because we are tracking the movement of the sun. So to you guys who are Aquarius, but I've seen the fierceness in you guys, like I would see in our people that we know as the Leos. So yeah, you guys marry each other quite well in that regard. But anyway, so this planet, Pluto, is the planet that is responsible for transformation, for rebirth, for death. And if you've been traveling with us on this journey, we have addressed death, and we said death is just another form of rebirth. So an elevation. So also the constellation, if you look up, if you're interested or you're using these apps, you would see the constellations are formed in a Leo manner, so representing the lion. So that is why I'm wearing my lion bag, because also there's a season that we're just coming from, Neptet, and the season that we are addressing today or introducing today is, they're quite interlinked in a way for me, and yes, again, I would like to refer those who have not seen The Lion King, the animated movie, please go watch The Lion King so that you also have a little bit of a better understanding of the content that we're going to be addressing this whole month. So I'm very, very excited. This is a very exciting season. This is an exciting and a season of elevation. So let us get into the things, just so that you guys will be able to prepare the things that align us with the season ya Heru, Dua Heru, Dua Nkosana, Dua little Simba, Dua Kgosana. Ke kopa le nthuseng, my Sotho speakers, my other language speakers, what words we use for a little prince or a little princess. Okay, Thokozani. Okay, so let us start. So I usually do an 8 countdown so that I don't miss anything. So our period starts on the 23rd of January and it ends on the 23rd of February. But I know you guys have felt the energy change from the 20th already. We'll also delve a little bit into that when we go back to us talking about Pluto. Okay, so that is the period that our Heru season would span. And then the color is a yellow. So that is why I got my 2 candles here, because I'm literally bidding farewell to the season that we're coming from, which was the blue color, and then introducing our Heru season, which is the yellow color. So I interchanged my yellow and gold. And yeah, this season is also, besides Heru, is one of my favorite seasons, favorite by far. Yeah, regarding the drip thing, regarding the color thing, yeah, that's a favorite outfit. I'm hoping I will rock it for some for one of the episodes, and I was reflecting that, oh my gosh, I've actually been indulging in this content for 5 years now, so it is about time that I need to share or have a little knowledge sharing session, because yeah, as much as I'm elevating, there's other people who also on higher enlightenment or higher consciousness than I am. So that is why I'm burning my 2 candles. I'm bidding farewell to the one season and introducing this one and how they're closely interlinked as well. So that is the color. And then the stone is the metal is gold. The metal get gold. So that is why I'm gonna interchange with my candles. And speaking of candles, yeah, on the live that we had, no, actually, let's just do our 8 thingies and then we'll do the little discussions that come with it. And then the stone yaron as an obsidian stone. So I do have an obsidian stone here. So the most common ones that you'd find are these ones that are black in color. So very potent stone, very protective stone, but also I'm gonna use my citrines as well in this period. And I'll also give a reason and explanation why. So if you're not getting the black obsidian, please try get the yellow obsidian just to be in resonance with the color of the season as well. Our scent is sandalwood. So sandalwood, you can also get incense if you're not finding like the decent bottles of these things. So sandalwood, I know, is an incense that is readily available. Yeah, it's also one of the popular ones. Yes, the incense I remember is the temple incense. And then let me just check if I missed anything. Obsidian, olive. Then the tree yarona is olive. So I'm gonna be indulging in a lot of olive, olive the seeded olive. And then the animals in association with this principle, Yarona, is the hawk, the falcon, the bee, as well as what did I miss? The phoenix. Yes, we addressed the phoenix, also got the season Eretwankoyona, but how it's gonna be linking with the season that we're in. So those are the things that align us with the season. So going through them quickly, 23 January up until 23 February, the obsidian stone, the yellow color, the gold metal, temple incense, temple incense, sandalwood, olive, and our animals, the hawk, the falcon that you would see a lot, representation of Heru, the falcon, the bee, as well as the phoenix. So yes, let us get into a little bit of the things and address also what the Pluto thing. So that is what the Pluto planet is in charge of, in our solar system, because this is a planet also that exists within our solar system. So they're both moving into the Aquarius house. And for those who have been journeying with us, yeah, I'm wheezing a lot. For those who have been journeying with us, you would know we've addressed the whole thing, the Aquarius age, the age, knowledge, So somebody asked, oh yes, and also as an FYI, I do a bit of a more comprehensive situation or knowledge sharing session on the 21st of every month on Maya podcast, which is hosted by Queen Warona and Tigi Mazwai. So please go check out that other episode. Yeah, I just felt, it was a really special one for me. It was a really, really special one as well. But yeah, so if you want a more comprehensive one, because on our place here, we're gonna take it bit by bit. Yeah, but please don't neglect us here as well. We're gonna take it bit by bit because other things also come up the more we are talking about these principles and all these things. Okay. So I just need to reject this call. Pardon me for that one. So where were we? Yeah, so those are the things that align us with the season ya rona ya Heru. So what is the season all about? So before we get into that, actually what it's about, so you would see the representation of Heru. You would see, okay, so when we're speaking of the Sphinx as well, we're gonna be speaking about Heru as well. So that great Sphinx that you see there, go Giza, almost said Gaza, but also in relation, right? So go Giza, the great Sphinx of Giza, that is also another representation, ya Heru, because you would see, I'll share a picture, yeah, the statue so that you can see as well the face. Obviously, they try chopping off the face so that it doesn't look like anything Bantu related or melanated related. And then it has the body of a lion, right? And the constellation that we're speaking about, the lion constellation. So the sun is moving into the house, yeah, Leo, right, versus the Aquarius. But anyway, because we are here in the southern hemisphere. And then we also would see Heru represented by a falcon head. So the falcon, the body here. So the deity would be represented like that, right? So human body and then the face, yeah, the falcon. So we're gonna unpack these things when we do our little follow-up episode, Heru season, right? And then on the podcast, yeah, Queen Tigimazwai, oh, like I was saying, so every 21st of the month, we are on Ntigimazwai's podcast ya Moya. So at 8 p.m. So I do a bit of more of a comprehensive episode and we cover, yeah, I try to cover a lot of things, but I realized for an hour is not enough for this content that we're sharing here. But the season is basically about ascension. So we are elevating to our higher selves, right? And I just want to touch on our stone before it's a complete episode on the stone yeah thing, right? So it says obsidian stone, but I implore you guys to get the yellow obsidian, like I was saying in my intro. And Ugogo Tuli, she had Tulisile. I think it is Tulisila. I'll share her name, Handle, but yeah, I call her Gogo Tuli. She shared, so she's a chakra hand, and that's what I commented on the episode she had on Moya podcast. But she in the comment section, she says if you're struggling to find the obsidian stone, go for your citrine stone, right? So for me, citrine has worked in magic work that I do for manifesting in the financial sense, right? So yeah, take it, don't take it, but yeah, I would implore. This is a very powerful stone. So this one here, this was my first citrine stone, and I had forgotten about it because he buried and only to find it in the garden. And I was actually telling Gogi, you know what, immersing in this content and being in alignment, sometimes you feel like, yo, kahafa, when things are actually happening nicely in alignment, So there's a lot I can share. Maybe we can also share in this session, Hore, what happened to you, guy, Neptet season. But it was a very, very, very important and powerful season where I felt, what, in before the sun rises, before I transition into this new season, I'm going to give gratitude to this goddess, this goddess energy that carried me through because as much as, hey, blind, but it was a very important one that shifted me into this period that we're getting into right now, right? So I found the stone buried and I'm like, okay, ching ching, it's a sign. So I'm gonna be using my citrine stone, my favorite citrine stone. And yeah, I don't want to get into, yeah, maybe, I don't know, maybe on the chill Saturday, since the other Dumi won't be able to join us for now, or the proposed episodes that I wanted to do with her. But anyway, so yeah, please, if you're not finding the yellow obsidian, get yourself a citrine stone, very powerful stone. It's a bit more also on the expensive side. And then also somebody was asking where to get the stones. So I'm going to share it in the description box as well. So we have Kepra, is it Holistics? But I'll also share them. It's Kepra, yeah, I think it's Kepra Holistics for Facebook. So if you're looking for black supplier for Facebook, your the trusted legit a crystal shop that I know for if you're looking for a black supplier. There's also a king called Kisesh. I'll also share his handle, yeah, for Facebook as well. So he's got like a crystal Bible. He deals with that. He deals with leather as well. So I'll share him as well. And then there is for people who physically want to go to the store. So the amazing places that I found, the ones that I use. So if you are in the Johannesburg region, there is go Main Reef Road, Hunale China Mall, right? So the shop is But how can I go block C? You go up the escalator, you turn left from the escalator, and then so okay, escalator, right? And then you go left, left, and then you go straight. At the end of that, you go right. So the first shop, it's called Mantra Lounge. You'll find crystals there, especially these common ones like the obsidian, the citrine stone. So yes, go find those ones. And then there's one called Renpark Ridge, which is also a fav. Called Renpark Ridge. It's called Amazing Crystals. So there's also a gentleman there who can test the seven main chakras, right? One who was imploring me, hore, leave like um the retifati and just use meditation as a form of a high, right? So yeah, we'll get there once we've elevated. Some of us we still need a little bit of assistance with the holy herbs and stuff. But yeah, amazing crystals. And they also have a plethora of crystals and spiritual things there. So go check them out as well if you are a chakrahan and looking for those things. And then there's another one where it's actually a mine. Igamo, it's in the mid-randish area. I will, if I remember, I'll also share that in the description box below. So yeah, so that is where we find the crystals Rona. But the season Rona, when we're gonna go deeper into it, but it's basically calling us to come into mastery, to step into lobukosi betu. So we literally sitweza or rapeso abukhosi barona ka the season ena. So that is why I'm in the representation. Yeah, bukhosi barona, even though we have shifted the image from the leopard, which is what royalty would be represented as, more Africa, right? But we know the symbolism, yeah, the lion as well. You know how Bareno Kena, king of the jungle and whatnot, but also with the lion and lady constellation Tarona. So that is symbolism as well, that we're stepping into our greatness. So please, guys, don't waste these energies, because the energy supports these decisions that we're making. So whatever it is that you've also been working on, this is the time, yeah, elevation. This is the time for mastery. And I think of the live that we did on Sunday, the minute I said this, like I felt this big shift, this big shift. So guys, linking seriously, guys, this time, these plans that you've been working on, that seed that you planted, can you no, this is what I needed to do. This is my intention and all of that. The season that is when this whole thing was being polished and it was nourished. And even though ne polish waka fire for some of us, ne polish waka fire, but this is the ascension that we needed. So in order to step into our mastery, in order sizo tabata lobukosi rapare and accept this crown, this crowning that our people, our energies, our ancestors, is bestowing upon us. No, now you are matured now. So the presence of Heru was Heru the young, Heru Pahutet. I think that's the Kemetic word for it. Pahutet. And then now we are stepping into Heru Ur. And I want us to start our next episode. Reta recite Simbonga, Remo Boka, Remo Roka, Remo, yeah, Reta the clan bars. The Heru, from Heru Ur, Heru Paket, Heru Ndota Naga Pastet, Heru Ndota Naga Heru. So I want us to do that the next time we do our Hero episode now. So maybe it will be an isolated episode, we don't know. But yeah, so this is the time now. All these limitations that you had, you are putting those things aside. And we're going to expand more. What do I mean also when we say that Heru is the ruler of the two kingdoms, right? So, or Ungoba, the two kingdoms, or is in charge of the two lands. So there is the lower and the upper, right? And in the season Erlinkoyona, Uheru now has Ngobat, has defeated Uset, has come into his power as the king, as the representation Wara. So I think all these things. So maybe we should drop our creation story also. Yeah, but I'm hoping that Queen Ziggy will upload that episode so we also get a bit of a gist. But like I'm saying, the easier story for us to understand this whole principle and the unaliving of Mufasa, or the unaliving of Asa by Set. Please go watch The Lion King, the animated movie, part one. Earlier, 20 something years ago, maybe 30 years ago now, I don't know. I remember I was in Sony when I saw this movie for the first time and I cried. But anyway, so that is the season Eoya Rona, guys. So please go collect the things. go collect the yellow candles. Yeah, speaking of the yellow candles, so somebody on the live was also saying that, and I thought it's me. You know, sometimes when you're going through the madness or the awakening, the consciousness, the higher consciousness, you're thinking, okay, maybe Kiwan, let me not share certain things. But you're saying, Hore, in his set of candles, his candle, a yellow, is the one that is burning the most, and which is something that I noticed as well when I was busy preparing and stepping into the Heru season, you know, because remember, guys, the energy changes, even though we are giving the rigid date for no the 23, but the energy change was already felt at the 20th. And then I want to address the headaches, which is also, I don't know why it didn't click when I was doing the live, but I remember Saturday, there was a moment where I was hit by a pang of headaches, you know. So I was like, okay, maybe get dehydrated or whatever it is. But that was the shift of the energy that was happening, you know. That was the rebirth that was happening. So birth, for those who have given birth or have given painful birth, yeah, let me say that. You know, the birthing process is not the easiest, you know, it's not the easiest. The conception, some people can ride nicely through it, you know, but the birthing stage of it, you know. That's why Keren Polishi Waka this Nepted season. Nepted was putting us into training because now we needed to go into combat with our uncle Sets, our the brother to Asa, right? And so that Asa can rise again, but now is rising ka Heru. So this season is so important because it ties in a lot of the mythologies, it ties in a lot of religions, it ties in a lot of stories, it ties in a lot of things that we want to understand. And we know how we use mythology and some stories and fables in order to understand how things work. So remember, with our calendar, we're just trying to realign ourselves, remember, put ourselves together, tap into this genetic memory, tap into our DNA, our original DNA of the things that we actually do know. So we are realigning ourselves to nature. We are realigning to the net task, right? And then I'm gonna get into the next episode. Heru. We're gonna get into the accompanying energy spirits or energy houses or energies that assist Uheru in this season in Heru, right? And I almost said we touched onto it, but yeah, I remember no, we haven't uploaded our creation story as yet. But yeah, so season Ena ke yona where the Immaculate Conception story you would feed it from. If you know of Hercules, Libos, this is the story Yaheru, based on the story Yaheru. The sun walking on water, based on the story Yaheru. So it's a very, very important season, and we're gonna have a lot of episodes this season in Yarona. So that is our intro with us without getting too deep into it. But yeah, let us meet the next season. And yeah, maybe Baba Ngoto Filankaraba Komba, but we're gonna be mentioning things like, you know, it doesn't matter hore Oloileki Mang, the meddling family members, whether you don't believe you can achieve this. We're gonna be addressing such things, and it's not shade for anybody. Yeah. The last time I was with other people like, you shading. No, I don't shade, yeah. Says Kuluma 99. I'm not living in fear base. But yes, so that is Heru, and yeah, how Heru's addressed, the conqueror of the two lands, the ruler of the two lands. And this is represented by the Sphinx, and we're gonna go into it by the next Heru episode that we do. But please take care of yourselves. Anka and Ma'at, please do subscribe if you made it this far and you like the content that we do so far. And yeah, I know it's a little bit of a teaser, but yes, I implore you guys, please go collect the stuff that we need for this season. Let us make magic, let us align to nature, let us rise, let us ascend into our higher selves. Dua Heru, Dua Heru, Dua Kgosana, Dua Kgosana, Dua Nkosana, Dua Kgosana, Dua Kgosana, Dua Nkosana, Anke Ma'at, African peace and happy dreaming.